when we talk about this day, when we talk about what happened, you got the folks on the right who are like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that thing shouldn't have happened. The folk, they were trying to overthrow the result of the election. They were pissed off. They were pissed off that black people and how they voted in Atlanta, Philadelphia, in Detroit, in Milwaukee, and they did not want to see Joe Biden certified to be president. And this is a stain on America, and we cannot forget it. And we can't forget that the people who voted not to certify the election, including the current House Speaker, Mike Johnson, now all of a sudden they go, oh, things were fine, things were fair only because they won. Congo, it's important for us to call these people for who they are. They are white domestic terrorists. They are the people who did not want this to move forward. Donald Trump became the first occupant of the Oval Office to ever try to overthrow an election. We cannot forget that. No, I don't care what happened November 2024. They will go down, they will be remembered for this, and we must call them out for who they are every single time.
Look, the way you led this out with Insurrection Day and calling a thing, if we don't do that, then we are going to deserve what we get. The fact of the matter is, not only do we have to make sure we don't let this day be forgotten, we have to continue to bring it up, because just this past weekend, Trump is at Mar-a-Lago showing a John Eastman film, and he's a sore winner. He has to do everything possible to change the narrative about what happened that day and all of his denials of the election. They are not going to stop, right? When you look at Bush v. Gore, the Bush had a rough thing. No. They have to make sure they change the history books, they change the news networks, they change everything to make it look like it was, as he said, a day of love. This was the first time a Confederate flag flew in the Capitol. This was the first time that the United States did not have a peaceful transfer of power. We have people, Brian Sicknick, a Capitol police officer, who was a Trump supporter, who died, because of injuries, and then officers who killed themselves later. Look at what happened with Lieutenant Byrd, who shot Ashley Babbitt, and how his entire life has been destroyed. These people, in every way, shape, and form, are trying to make sure that what happened is not told. And they got their own networks to do it, the Foxes, the OANNs, and that's why we have to be here with the Black Star Network, because this was an attack and assault on our entire democracy. And if people paid attention to what you wrote about in your book, White Fear, then people could have seen these signs coming. But we have to make sure that what we're doing is always correcting the record, because this is a terrible day in American history. And at the end of the day, we have classless individuals who would have done this again had they lost. And we have to make sure that we're telling the proper story.